You guys know I try to keep this real, right? This is for the average regular home cook person that just likes to eat. Eat good stuff. But anyway, I've got an idea. If you've got some raw peanuts in your house, some KARO syrup, sugar, vanilla, butter, and a little bit of baking soda, you know what you can throw together in just a few minutes? Peanut brittle, or pecan brittle, cashew brittle, whatever kind of brittle you want. And you can do it in the microwave. It's not hard. Just got to be careful and watch it. You want to try? Shall we? I say yes. Good choice. So before we get started making our peanut brittle, I want to show you where I get my peanuts from. They're sold locally in several stores around here. They carry the Bertie County peanuts. And Bertie County peanuts, you can look them up online, www.peanuts.net. They've got all kinds of flavors that they make. My husband likes the Weeping Ghost Mary or something. I can't remember what it's called, but it's hot. It's hot, hot, hot. This is the kind that I get, the extra large shelled peanuts. And it's 5-pound bag, and I make all my peanut goodies. Just what I used in the sugar-coated peanut recipe too. But today we're going to do this microwave peanut brittle. And in this bowl right here, you want a microwave safe large bowl, and I like this with a handle. And this is a very old bowl. It's been beat up, but it's still perfect. But it's glass, and for those of you that know Pampered Chef, it's the large batter bowl. You can tell how old it is. Probably over 20 years old, but it still works. I've got the 1 cup of sugar in that. I got a 1/2 cup of corn syrup, and we're going to put this in here, stir it, and we're going to microwave it for about 4 minutes. And I'll be right back and show you what it looks like. I did stir it a little to combine, but it's going to melt on down. All right, that stuff is really cooked down, and it was boiling and bubbling, so I want to make sure that I put it on a trivet. Okay, and now we're going to add the peanuts in, right in there, and we're going to stir those in and coat them. And anytime you're working with hot sugar, you take extra caution. This is not a job for children. So we're going to put those in and make sure they're covered. And at this point, we're going to put them back in for anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. And what we're going to look for is a golden color, and I'm going to show you. Okay, I've stopped them at what would be the 3-minute mark, but I had set it for 4. And I want you to notice it's just not quite there yet. We're looking for a deeper color. So I'm going to let it go for what would have been the full 4 minutes. And we're going to check it again. Now, once you guys have made this once, you'll know the settings on your microwave and how long it takes. I brought it out into the light to look at it, and I don't know if you can see or not. It still, to me, is not quite there. I'm looking for a little darker color in the syrup, but the peanuts are turning darker, and they will continue to cook. So I don't think we need it much more. I'm going to do it for maybe 30 more seconds and see what we've got. I think that did it. It's looking light brown. So what we're going to do is put a teaspoon of vanilla. If I can get it open. It's going to bubble up now. Okay. Then we're going to put a teaspoon of butter. And be careful with this. And that stuff is hard once it settles. So So I'm going to stir that vanilla and butter in, and we're going to microwave it again for another 1.5 minutes and check it. Okay, guys, I decided to only do it another minute. My microwave, I believe, is an 1100 watt microwave. I don't have the paper to it anymore, but these peanuts were getting brown enough, and I did not want them to burn. So it's best to do things in smaller increments, 30 seconds to a minute when you're not sure, but they're looking good. So if you don't like yours quite as brown, you could have done it for 30 seconds. But now, to create the puffiness, we add a teaspoon of baking soda, and we're going to stir it. This will turn it into a creamy looking mixture. You want to stir it well, but quickly. And we're going to pour it out on this parchment paper that I put on this cool cookie sheet. Okay. And we're just going to pour it and let it go. We do not want to touch this at all. Burned sugar does not feel good. Roasted. So you could have done 4 minutes the first time, maybe 3 minutes the second time, and 1 minute the last time. So you just play with it in the batches until you get it perfectly. Then you write it down. Then that's the way you'll do it in your microwave. If you have to get a new microwave, you'll have to play with it again. But I'm going to get the rest of this off and smooth it out. Here is an option for y'all. I'm just going to do it on a small piece and see what happens. Put a little chocolate chips, a few of them on one side if you want to try it. And they will melt. And you can take a spatula and move them around a little bit once they melt. And then you'll be able to crack this when it's perfectly cool. Now put it in a cool room. Or you can put it in the refrigerator. It's so chilly now, I can sit it on my back sun porch. And it will actually cool out for a little while. There, all by itself. Okay. Let's see what's going to happen. Now, I want to show you what got left in the bowl. And if this worries you, let's try the traditional method and see how much different or how much more trouble it is to do it that way. This was quick. We got it done in 10 minutes. Let's see how long it takes to do the other way. Now for this method, on the stove, we are going to be using my candy thermometer. And we need to cook this to around 300 to 305, right to that line right there. It says hard crack. So that's what we're going to be aiming for. And in this, I already have 1 cup of sugar. I'm going to put a 1/2 cup of corn syrup. And I'm going to put 1/3 cup of water. So I'm going to get that started and then make it go to a boil. Well, that looks like a boil to me. It is fully boiling. So we're going to add the peanuts and stir to get them coated. And I've added the candy thermometer. And we're already past 200 to get that boil, of course. You know, water boils at 212. We're going to turn it down to a level 6, which is just above medium. And we're going to watch that candy thermometer. Now, it's been 5 minutes, and I want you to see that we are probably at about 235. So this takes a little bit this way. It takes a while to cook up all the way to 300 or around the hard crack. If you can see, now we're about up to 270 maybe. That's about where we are. I just stirred it. Now we're going on 10 minutes now, and this is right at almost to 280. And I want you to notice through the different sugar stages what the sugar looks like. It's glossy now and has that bubbling texture. So we're going to watch this carefully. It's already been about 10 minutes. Don't leave this. It is so close, and it is about there, y'all. It's there. So it's time to put in the butter and put in the vanilla, and we're going to go ahead and stir that in and get it ready. Now we're going to add the teaspoon of soda, and that adds the carbon dioxide so that the bubbles will form and it'll get foamy, and that's what will give it the good crunch and make it really good. And then we're going to pour it out on our pan, which is a cookie sheet with parchment paper on it. Now, if you do not have parchment paper, you can butter your cookie sheet very, very well with gobs of butter and then pour it out on that. Now, if you'll notice, the peanut brittle is coming out of this nonstick pan so much better than that glass bowl. And someone has mentioned that you can actually spray that glass bowl in the microwave method with a little bit of non-cooked sticking spray, and that helps. But I just did not do that. Now, quickly take your spatula and thin it out and spread it along onto the parchment paper. And then we're going to cool it. And I'm going to still put a few chocolate chips on one end to see how it looks. So I just sprinkled the chocolate chips on like before, let them sit there about a minute, and then I started using the metal spatula to push them down on top of it and spread it out. Let's see what we come up with. So here we are on the back porch where I cool stuff because we don't have it heated back here, and it's cooler back here. You can see this is the pan batch cooked on top of the stove. This is the microwave batch. They look pretty much identical as far as the texture and the color. So we achieved good results in the microwave, and it was 5 minutes faster. It actually only took another 5 minutes to cook it on the stove. And let me tell you, if you don't have a candy thermometer, I probably would do this method and just watch it. You don't want it to burn. Adjust it according to, if you've got a smaller wattage microwave, it might take you a little longer to get that color. If you got a higher one, a 1500 watt, it might take you less time. So watch your times with that. This is the very same amount, and I was able to get, because I used a non-stick pan, I was able to get it all out. And I don't know why, but I guess that's the only other reason, because that left a lot in the glass bowl. This left hardly anything in the pan, using a non-stick pan. And I was more sure of myself because we did use a candy thermometer. So you tell me, you can do it either way. Now I have put, this is still hot. I just took this off, but this has been sitting out for just a little while. I just want to, that chocolate's got to, don't do that. We'll see if we can get some from the Candy Brittle side. You're supposed to let it cool for about 30 minutes, and this has been about 25 probably. Ooh, it does. It cracks up. Now, that is a pretty brittle. You've got the little air holes. That's what the baking soda does to it. It fluffs it up so you've got air. Oh yeah, it's crunchy. Now, if you're going to put chocolate on it, you got to let it set up a while. Probably stick it in the fridge. You can keep peanut brittle in an airtight container for about 6 weeks, I believe. If it lasts that long, really, you're going to keep this 6 weeks. Are there people out there that do that? But you can let this totally cool, put it in a cellophane bag and wrap it up tight, keep it airtight, put a pretty ribbon on it, and give it for gifts. This did not take long at all. And I'll show you in just a few minutes, once it all gets cool, how it looks in a pretty display. But we're just on the back porch right now, letting it cool. So here we are with delicious peanut brittle, plain or covered in chocolate. To get the chocolate to set, I finally had to put it in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes, and then I was able to crack open a piece. And you can use milk chocolate. I have semi-sweet chocolate here because that's what I had. Enjoy. I can't wait to hear if this is a part of your wonderful Christmas candy celebration, and there's more to come. tune in, and God bless. Bye-bye.